Hey, good morning, good afternoon, maybe good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. My name is Dr. Rosalind Shaw. Everybody affectionately calls me Dr. Roz. I've been blessed to do a lot of stuff. I'm currently the CEO of Dream to Life. It's Productions Ministry, LLC, and a nonprofit. I'm a wife, musician, bunch of other stuff, but I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm always thinking about how to do better in life. And I'm sure that's the case for you as well. We're living in a time when we have to, I believe, in multiple streams of income. The job you're on, um, that has no guarantee because we're living in a season, and it's biblical. My doctorate is, I'm not a medical doctor, as I said, doctor right in front of my name, but I have two doctorates. One's in theology and one is in divinity. So I want to share real quickly because I love helping people and I want to see people do better in life. And I hope that you're that kind of person. But the only way we know to do that is to involve ourselves in things that are current in the time that we're living in. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, yeah, I use it all the time. What are the five best industries of the 21st century that we ought to get some kind of way get involved in? And this is what Chat gave me. AI, renewable energy, biotechnology and health innovation, cybersecurity, and space economy and aerospace technology. Well, I was excited to see that because I use a lot of AI and I'm learning to use it even more and more. So don't run away from it. But I'm involved in renewable energy. See, I've partnered with a company that is teaching people about something like this. Have you ever seen this? This is in New Jersey. Now, I live in Texas, but this is in New Jersey, and this is what's called a solar farm. Now, I know some of you are familiar with solar because you think about the solar panels on the roof, but this is a solar farm. It's called community solar. And see, here's the cool thing about community solar. It's state sponsored. So there's money that's been allocated already for this solar, community solar. It's already been allocated and states are coming on board, state after state after state, to make it available. And here's the thing, they're making it available for sometimes lower communities, communities that are deprived, or let me just put it like this, the communities that need to pay less on their electricity the most. But it's also available for others. So when they build these farms, they have a certain amount of it allocated just for everybody. And then there's a certain amount allocated for what they call LMI. That's low to moderate income. That's a beautiful thing because who needs it more than anything else? Hey, the folk who don't have a whole lot of money, right? So we all need to pay less on our electricity. So now currently, our company, Think Energy, by the way, that's the name of the company, we're currently active in these states. Now, you may or may not live in these states, but I want you to keep listening because even if you're not in a state where it's currently active, like Colorado, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Virginia, or DC, legislation is pending. And then who do you know? Who do you know that maybe in some of these other states, they would love to pay less on their electricity bill because they're connected to a solar farm? Now, you're probably thinking it's going to cost you something. Absolutely nothing. And I'll get into that in a few minutes. The other aspect of this is how about paying lower rates on your electricity bill, period? I mean, what is the one thing that we all do? We shop around when it comes to paying electricity. But who do you know that uses electricity? Everybody. Who doesn't want to pay less than what the supply cost is right now? Or even maybe eliminate it? Everybody. So here's the thing about this. There are states, they call it deregulation. And they're all over the country. Deregulation is not something new. It's been around for a minute. But there's new technology. You know, everything is always improving, guys. And we've got a bunch of states where we're able to help people get lower rates instead of just having to shop, shop, shop. We call it auto save. It literally is proton technology. It's our own. We have it. We have it before anybody else has it. And that's no hype. That's just truth. and you can actually personalize your energy, and you're going to at least get 10% savings. This any kind of savings is a savings if you're like me. So check this out.
Welcome to AutoSave, the easiest way to save money on electricity automatically. No more shopping around, no fees, no risk, just long-term savings. Everyone uses energy differently, yet most people pay the same price. At Think Energy, we believe you should be rewarded for being a smart energy user. With AutoSave, your energy rate is personalized just for you. Here's how it works. You sign up for AutoSave. Think Energy calculates your personalized energy rate based on your electricity usage patterns. Then, we compare your personalized rate to the utility's standard service rate. If we can save you money, we do. If not, you're with the utility until we can. And as you can see, over time, your savings can really add up. No effort, no risk, just long-term savings, up to 10% off when your Think Energy rate is lower than the utility's current rate. And you'll always know what's happening. We actively monitor your savings potential and notify you when your energy supply changes. Still the same utility, still the same bill, just long-term savings, with no interruption to your service. And remember, you'll never pay more than the utility. And if somehow you do, we will refund you the difference in the next month, automatically. That's AutoSave, an energy rate personalized just for you. No fees, no stress, no risk, just long-term savings, automatically.
So this is crazy because we have never, ever been able to say we can guarantee you anything when it comes to electricity. That's why you always have to shop every year or at the end of your contract. You always have to shop around trying to find the best, like we do with auto insurance and all these other insurances. But with AutoSave, it's going to guarantee you your utility is going to have a certain rate. Some of you may not even know what your rate is, but you'll never be higher than the utility. And anytime we can save you some money, because some of you don't use a lot of electricity and others you use a whole lot. Why should you be paying the same price? So you sign up once. We consistently analyze how you use your electricity. And then when Think Energy can offer you a price below the utility, you automatically get it. So you're going to automatically be in the savings arena. Now, it's just starting. We're launching in New Jersey and Ohio very, very soon. So it's time to get signed up and get in the list, get on the list so that as soon as it happens, soon as the legislation turns it on, which could be any day now for New Jersey and Ohio. And then next in line is Illinois and Pennsylvania. And we're in review. We've got licenses and we've already submitted everything because, again, this is our own proprietary technology. So there are other states. We're going across the United States. So I want you to take a look at this map right now. Even if you're not in a city or a state, who do you know? And I'm going to tell you why it's important about who you know, because you can literally benefit from somebody else in another state that maybe is not yours. We have people that are doing financially extremely well in the state of Florida, and you don't see them in the colored portions of this map. Whether it's the electricity, whether it's the AutoSave, whether it's the community solar, even if the rooftop solar, we've got that even in the state of Connecticut. See, this guy, Michael Falquist, is the founder and CEO of Think Energy. Now, he's not new to the game. He was the founder of Viridian, built that company up to 300,000 customers and 30,000 associates. He was the founder and CEO of Creus Energy. But somebody thought enough of him, because see, when you know what you know, people will give you money. And Oak Tree Capital gave this guy $100 million to build Think Energy. So he went and acquired Think Energy in 2022. Now, it was already out there. Think Energy was up, because you may do your own research and find them out there and think, oh my God, no, this company is terrible. Well, they were pretty terrible because they had a 1-star rating on Trustpilot. So he rebranded the company because they were already had licenses in deregulated states. So that made sense. Why build from the ground when somebody's already got something? And now we have a 4.4 rating out of 5. How cool is that? So my question then Now I want to take you to the next place. What if you could get paid? See, it's guys, it's all about getting paid right now. We need multiple streams of income, whether you know it or not. Your job, you can go, I'm in Texas, and there's one day people went to the door and the door was locked. It was called Enron. What if you don't have a multiple stream of income, an additional stream of income? That's what we need. Your 401k may or may not be here. I mean, and some of you, you're working so hard, you have no time. You have no time with the kids. You can't go to the baseball or the softball game. You can't go to the volleyball game. You can't go on a vacation because you're working. How about getting paid every time somebody uses electricity? We already discussed that we all use it. So we're not asking somebody to buy something. We're not asking them to get a potion or a pill or a lotion. Not that there's anything wrong with any of those, because I'm into health and wellness all day long. But something that everybody is already using. Well, so now I know what you're asking. How much does it cost, Dr. Roz? $59. $59 a month? No, one time. And then in 365 days later, a year later, if you're still involved, if you still think it's working for you, renew that for $149. If not, you're done. But then look what you get just for $59. It's called a business in a box. You're going to get the website for you, your customers. You're going to get your back office. You're going to get marketing. You're going to get certification training so that you can present this to all these different states. Any advisor web, a whole business in a box just for $59. Now, if any of you are business people and you know starting a business, how much it takes a whole lot more than $59. And then we're going to show you that not only will this be a stream of income, but within it are multiple streams of income, 9 ways of getting paid. So every time you get somebody and they decide they want to get their electricity through Think Energy, whether it's with the autosave or just regular electricity, bam, you make $20. And then you're going to get residuals. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. Do you know what residuals is? That's called make money while you sleep. That's why I'm here. It's all about the residual income, to be on the beaches of America and still cha-ching, look at your back office on your phone and realize you've made some money. Everybody should have something that's a passive residual income. But if you happen to go and talk to someone in a state where they have electricity and solar, you're going to make up to $70 per person. And then if you decide, now you can just do this by yourself, never build a team, never expose it to anybody else who wants to be a partner with you. I love partners. But if you do that, your partner will make the same thing. But all of a sudden, you can make up to $35 every time your partner is blessing somebody else and helping them to save on their electricity. And that continues to ride down to that third level, or should I say the second level, you being the first level, where you can benefit from up to $17.50 per person if they have electricity and community solar in their market. And don't forget, this is a growing market. And it's all set up so that even at some point, as you continue to grow, as you continue to tell one person after another over time, I'm telling you, this is a 2, 3, 4-year plan, but it's as fast as you want it to be. We got a guy just the other day jumped on board and made $9,000 in less than 30 days in his pocket. I mean, absolutely amazing. How did he do that? Because he began to share with everybody that he knew in his community. He began to share with his church community, with a rabbi. So it works for nonprofit organizations. It works for your church or your community or your organization, or just you and your family and friends. And you start out as what we call an energy advisor. And we transfer everything that you're doing into what we call points. You can actually literally talk to one person and get up to 4 points if it's a community solar area, based on if they're an LMI, or based on if they are in a position where they get extra benefits. And even the electricity, depending on the size of the home or the size of the business. Yep, that's right. Even commercial property, small commercial businesses. And then you go up to regional energy advisor. That's where you have at least 5 personal customer points and 20 team customer points. This is when you're building a team. Now, if you choose again not to do teamwork, because some people don't like to do the team stuff, guess what? You can do it all by yourself. We've got people that have gone out and talked to 50 customers and signed them up in the program so that they can save money. Did I say that it cost them anything? No. The $59 is off if only if you want to be in business and you want to benefit from those customers every time they pay their electricity bill. But they pay nothing. And of course, you're going to be your own customer, and it doesn't cost you anything to be your own customer, but yet you'll get paid the commission. And if you're a fast mover, if you're a mover and a shaker like I think some of you are, and you do it within 30 days, the company gives you a bonus of an extra $200, an extra $500, an extra $1,000 as we continue to rank up through the compensation plan, all the way to senior partner. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But just look at those promotional bonuses. Anybody could use another $1,000 that comes weekly. You do it 1 week and you get paid the next week. That's how cool it is. And when you get through this whole compensation plan, you've literally made over $84,000 and bonuses of up to accelerated bonuses. That's the fast start bonuses of up to $1,700. Okay, so let's make it plain. Let's just say you talk to 5 people. 5 people that you know and love, that care about you, that would do a favor for you and just try Think Energy. If you did that 5, and then we talked 5 to get 5 to get 5 to get 5. If you just did it all by yourself and you got 3 energy advisors, we call them energy advisors, and then those 3 got 3 and 3 get 3 and you 3 get, listen, by the time you get through this whole compensation plan, before it's all over, you'd have over 88,000 advisors, over 442,000 customers, and you've made over $576,000. Now that may be huge. You may not even be able to phantom that in your mind. You may think she got to be out of her mind. But let's just say you flunk and you don't do that. Could you do 10% of that? 10% of that? Could you do 1% of that? 1%, $5,700 every month. Could anybody use $5,700 in your pocket right now, every single month? If you can't, then I need your address because I need to know. You can just send it over to my house. And then talk about the residual income. Did I tell you what residual income was? Make money while you sleep. Who's paying for electricity? Everybody. Who stops paying for electricity? Nobody. I mean, even if your if your lights go out because you haven't paid the bill, don't you work hard to get it turned back on? It's the one bill everybody tries to pay. They go out of their way to pay. And this, I told you, that community solar is even designed for the low income areas. So we're helping people save. It's all about saving. And it's all about you benefiting from that, being able to help somebody save. And then all of us strive. We're going to reach partner. Because why is that important? Because when you reach partner, and that may take you 1, 2, 3, 4 years, but that's the place where you start receiving residual income off of every single bill that comes into the company from day one. Doesn't matter when you started, from day one. That's absolutely something to strive for, something to achieve from. But I got to tell you about this autosave. Autosave is off the chain. Because for me to say to you that I can guarantee that you will never pay above the utility costs in your state, that's crazy. Because we're always, some of you have been burned. They'll tell you one thing, and then all of a sudden the next month, your rates have gone through the roof. Well, that never has to happen again with autosave. Once you connect and opt in to autosave, you don't pay any more than the utility bill. And as an advisor, you benefit whether they have a Think Energy rate or whether they have a utility rate. Amazing. And here's the thing I'm going to close with, because our company is always doing promotions to give you extra money. I love extra money. So let's look at this, because I want you to see this, because if you're in a state where this is happening, this is why it's crucial for you to make a move as quickly as possible. Right now, we're helping people become energy advisors for $59. and then teach you how to become a regional energy advisor. That's just the first step. And if you do that, within 30 days, you're going to get a $200 bonus. And if you sponsor somebody that does it, you get $400. That's extra money. And that's going to last until June 30th. I'm giving you the promotions now. This is above the normal compensation plan. Because we're about to launch this autosave in New Jersey and Ohio, every person that flips that over to the autosave, because they do have to opt in, you're going to earn an extra $20 in New Jersey and an extra $40 in Ohio. And we're going to make sure that you're ready to do this in 24 to 72 hours the moment we announce that autosave is kicked off. Then guess what? I'm going to say it again. $20 and $40. Ohio, $40. New Jersey, $20. And then not only residential, small commercial, the barbershop, the beauty salon, the pizza place. Okay, as long as they're not using over 100,000 kilowatts, that's the small commercial business. Do you realize they need to save on their electricity? Because they're in the business of making money with their products. So how amazing. Who do you know? Where do you shop? What places do you go to that could actually save? That if you approach them, they would say, oh my God, sign me up. Let me get ready for the autosave. And then those of you in New Jersey, those of you in the LMI, the low moderate income, there's an extra $100 every time you talk to somebody. The HOAs, the folks in the Head Start programs that are low and moderate income, we want to help them. A lot of times they're the ones struggling to pay their electricity bill. But you will benefit if you decide you want to be an energy advisor, an extra $100, an extra $50 in the ACE open enrollments. Open enrollments means everybody. LMI always means the low to moderate income area. And we've got till June 30th to get this done. Then the community solar in the state of Maryland. We got a farm that we've almost got filled up. Because see, these farms are first come, first serve. And that's why there's such an urgency to get your name listed to be on these farms to get connected. Only a few spots remain here. But as an advisor, every person that you get connected, you get a $150 bonus. See, I'm talking about extra money, guys, that this company is always shelling out extra money. And we got a trip to Cancun. Anybody like to travel? Is that the carrot that you need for you to say yes, for you to get involved? You want to go to Cancun? Well, if you got somebody in the state of Maine, if you're living in the state of Maine, you know somebody in the state of Maine, and you get one customer to get community solar, you get 10 Cancun credits. All it takes is 200. So that's what? 20 people. And then you get bonus points that help you towards your ranking. Ranking only means more money. And then if you're in the state of Texas, oh my God, I am in Texas, right? You can literally, instead of that $20 I talked about, you can earn up to $120 per new Texas customer. $50 if they got a smart technology, $50 just because they decide to do it, and an extra $20, which is what's normal. Normally you get 20, but now you get up to 120. And then we've got a program all the way up into November because we're having a big conference in Texas in November that you can double up your bonuses. Maybe you know a lot of people. Maybe you know some churches and some organizations. And listen, you can enroll 5,000 plus customers and earn up to $25,000 check on the stage at our conference in November. How amazing is that? And then we do have rooftop solar. In Connecticut, we are connected with a company in Connecticut that allows a person just to sit down for a 20-minute presentation virtually, and they get a $50 gift card with no obligation, with nothing that they have to do. And then you get a $50 bonus just because they sat for a presentation, no pressure, no obligation. And I said, we're going to Cancun, right? Yeah, we're going to Cancun in October of 2025. And you want to make sure that you want to be in the place just by getting these extra credits. And these credits are easy to get. We walk you through these credits. You get them with autosave. You get them with every person that you are able to sign up and help them save money to go to Empower 25 and to go to Cancun. Thank you for listening. I'm waiting on your call. Let's talk, because if you see what I see, if you see what I saw that made me say yes, then you'll say yes too, because you want that additional stream of income. Let's talk soon.